Hey guys, I'm Sarah W and today I've got Declan with me from BU Coaching and we're going to be talking about, I guess, a holistic view to health and wellness. Now, a lot of you will be really familiar with my approach to wellness, and for me, I believe for women to be thriving, we need to be addressing wellness from three angles, which is your physical health, your mindfulness, and your tribe or your social connectedness. Now, Declan brings another approach to this, which is really complementary, but really addresses some more aspects that I really love and think are really important to health. So I'm going to hand that over to you, Declan, to explain where else do you think we need to be focusing on when it comes to our health and wellness?
Perfect. And well, I'll just start by saying it's such a great thing to see you using all three as well. I mean, obviously, normally when people think health, it is so regimented and strict on just one of the bubbles.
Yeah.
Let's just look at physical health.
Yeah.
And so it's so cool that you're already teaching this holistic model and looking at all three bubbles. It's very powerful. If we break down each one in terms of what goes into each one, normally when people think of physical health and well-being, it's obvious we go straight to nutrition and exercise.
Yep.
What a lot of people overlook there is their sleep and recovery.
Yep.
And they under-prioritize sleep and recovery. And that has such a huge aspect and impact, especially for mums, especially if their kids are young and sleep goes out the window for a while and there's a lot of change there. It's a huge impact on our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health. It all gets impacted.
Yep.
And there's a big thing to understand. These three circles all play together. They're not separate.
Yeah.
So when we're approaching physical health, make sure we're still considering that recovery, that sleep.
Yeah.
And then if we look at our mental or emotional health, in this case you teach mindfulness, which is such a powerful tool and strategy. But it's also recognizing there are other tools and strategies in there that people can use too. They could use positive psychology. I know we've done a few videos on those techniques. Acceptance and commitment therapy, we've done a few on those. NLP, we did a few on those. My God, we've done a lot.
Yeah.
Cognitive behavioral therapy, it's about finding what works for you to help your mental and emotional well-being.
Yeah.
And then the third one is environmental. So everything outside of self. We've looked at mind and body, but what about all the external factors?
Yeah.
Massive one, which I love that you teach, tribe, social connectedness.
Yeah.
Actually been proven now that the number one predictor of how long you'll live is your relationships.
Yeah.
So powerful. But there's also all these other little things that play into that circle. Things like your financial life. Like your financial well-being can have such a huge impact on your health and your well-being.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if we just want to go straight on the logical side of it, it's going to have an impact on what sort of services you can access, what sort of information you can access, how long you can commit to that process and that journey. If we look more from a mental perspective, an emotional perspective, if you're carrying a lot of stress about money in your life, that mental and emotional stress can increase your cortisol in your body, so now we're physically stressed, it decreases immune system. A really cool study found it takes 2 weeks longer to recover from a minor cut if you're stressed than if you're not.
Yeah.
Right, so our physical health gets impacted by that.
Absolutely.
So financial, huge one. Career, another massive one.
Yeah.
These days, on average, you will spend 40% of your waking life. So if we look at all the hours in your life and we take away all the time you're sleeping, 40% of what's left is at a job.
Yeah.
Now that's a huge amount of time to either really positively impact how you're feeling and impact your health, or really negatively affect it.
Yeah.
So I always say to people, make sure you consider career as well.
Yeah.
And then the third one, which we advise goes into this, obviously tribe and connection, but then to niche that down even more and go specific into your more intimate and romantic relationships.
Yeah.
The person that you're spending a lot of your time with.
Yeah.
Right? And looking at the quality of that relationship.
Yeah.
And if we look at all of those areas together and how they interplay, how they affect each other, and we take that really holistic view and take those few extra angles, that's what's going to help, because it might not be that your physical, your exercise and nutrition and sleep might be down pat.
Yeah.
But you're not looking after your mental health or mindfulness.
Absolutely.
Or maybe you've nailed those two, but for 40% of your waking hours, you hate your job.
Yeah.
And that's affecting your health. So it's looking at what am I doing really well first, like pat yourself on the back first, and you go, actually, you know what? I'm nailing these sections.
Yeah.
But then also going, these ones need some love.
Yeah. I think what I see time and time again is women who are not healthy, their body is not thriving, and they think that the first and only solution is exercise and diet.
Yes.
And, even if they do manage to prioritize that in their life, they still don't start to thrive. And that's when we start to realize or really emphasize there are other things going on in your life that are potentially more important than exercise and nutrition at the moment for you.
Yep.
And by focusing on potentially sleep or career or stress as a whole bubble, or your relationship, you will start to thrive more, so that focusing on those other areas becomes easier
100%
as well.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, and with that sort of, it can be quite overwhelming, like going, oh gosh, I've got areas everywhere that you focus. How do we choose where to focus? Because it feels like there are services everywhere to help with physical fitness, and there are emerging now a lot more services to help with mindfulness and psychology.
Yes.
But how do we ensure, or where do we go to get all of this?
I think a very powerful thing to do is a life review tool.
Yeah.
So we teach the 7 factors of fulfillment model, where we break up your life into 7 different key areas, and we help people understand how fulfilled that area is. But even if you just write down, for those watching, write down each of these areas we've spoken about today. So have your 3 topics, your physical, your emotional and mental, and your environmental.
Yeah.
And then write all your subcategories we've spoken about.
Yeah.
And just have an honest moment to reflect and go, okay, how am I going in each of these?
Yeah.
And now you can either use a numerical system. 10 out of 10 is brilliant. I wouldn't change a thing in that particular topic. 0 is everything has to change, and there's obviously every number in the middle. Or you can use the traffic light system, which is green is it's coasting, it's going well, it's looking after. Yellow, okay, probably be aware of it. Red is this needs work. Like now.
Yeah.
And so what you then do is, it almost makes it a game. You try and raise the numbers, where you go, okay, the red areas, the ones that need attention now, who can I go to for help on that?
Yeah.
And maybe
set some goals around there. Yeah.
And maybe it's career is a red one. Okay, do I go work with a career coach, or actually think about what I want in my career? Yeah. Maybe it is nutrition is the red one. Okay, do I work with a dietitian or a nutritionist?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is absolutely amazing the role stress will have on your whole body. I mean, I coach clients, and sometimes I actually say, you are not to work out.
Yeah.
You are not to be on a diet. What you need to do at the moment is just go and focus on these other areas.
Yeah.
So for you guys watching at home, if you're in a state where you're not thriving physically or emotionally, or just you're not feeling your best at life, really have a look at all of these areas, because there might be one area that you just hadn't even considered, or you're not addressing, which may be playing a key role in your ability to move forward and create a sustainable relationship with your health.
100%. 100%. As that clarity makes the difference.
Yeah, beautiful. All right.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.